Hi everyone, it's me, Jenny, with Stitch and Solo with Libby. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Again, I say this all the time, even though the channel's name is Stitch and Solo with Libby, my name is Jenny. Libby is my dog, and she may make an appearance in the video at some point today. She's actually right over here. Again, we are sitting out in the lean-to today. It is a beautiful afternoon. I just got done with work. So I wanted to record episode 2 of WIPs, Wins, and Woes. And I have quite a bit that I hauled out here for you today. So before I get into everything, if you wouldn't mind doing all the YouTube things for me and hitting the like button, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I would truly appreciate the support for my little channel here. And yeah, we will get into it. So like I said, I have quite a bit of things to show you all today. I will start with some WIPs, and a couple of them turned into woes, and I will explain why. Very unhappy with myself, but we'll go into that in a little bit. So first things first, here's my little bag of some of the Caron all-in-one granny squares. Oh, I missed so here they are. I believe I have 21 done of this colorway with the ends all woven in, and now each cake apparently makes 39 of these little squares. And once I'm done with the 39 from this cake, I can't make any more because I don't have any more of this colorway. So, and I cannot purchase any more until after the month of August. So if you are new here, go back to some of my previous videos and I'll explain, or it's explained in there, why I can't purchase anything until September. But in a nutshell, I am participating in the Smash Stash, which I am committing to not purchase any new yarn in the month of August and strictly work out of what I have in my stash. So I do have 2 more colorways of this yarn. So I will probably, once I get these 39 completed, I'll move on to the next colorway. I think what I'm going to end up doing, I do believe I am going to just strictly make a throw out of all of these little squares. And once September comes around, I can purchase some more of the solid colors to put them all together. So that's one WIP. This is one that I had forgotten about last week. And this is just a, hopefully I hold it up the right way. This is just a ripple blanket that I am making with Red Heart Bitty Stripes in the Coral Reef colorway, along with Real Teal and Aran. And I should move my chair back a little bit. This is how far how far I am on it at this point in time. If you can't really tell, I guess, from me holding it up, but I would say I'm probably 3/4 of the way done on this, and I am going to hopefully focus on this one this week and get it all completed. So there's WIP number 1. And my hook came flying out of the bag that I can't keep it in. I gotta make sure I keep my hook in the bag, otherwise I will forget what hook I use with each WIP. So there's that one. I know I've shown this one also before, and this is another one that I'm really hoping I can get completed this week. I'm so close. This is the Caribbean Sea Sweater from MJ's Off the Hook. I'm on the collar portion of it, and it's very tedious, but I have to get the collar done, and then I can do seaming. I have to seam up this side of the sleeves and the sides, and then I can do the cuffs on at the end of the sleeves. So close, but yet probably so far. But I'm very, very happy with this one. This is definitely not one of my woes. But there's WIP number 2. And WIP number 3. I don't know. I'm so bummed. I have never made a hexicardie. So I thought I would participate in the crochet along with Matt from Gilded Loop for a hexicardie with made with hipster cotton and cotton sprouts. That's what I'm making it with. You can really make it with anything. I mean, it's beautiful. This is just one of the panels, and I don't have any of these ends sewn in yet. I was strictly working on the other panel, and I got to the point where I was making the sleeves. Well, and Matt, don't get me wrong, I love Matt. He's great. He's a great, how do you say that, tutorialist? So I'm following along, but now, stand back here. So okay, my sleeves are definitely long enough. So I would really prefer my sleeves to be a lot more tapered. So I do believe, and that's why this one is a woe, is because I'm going to have to frog a lot of that back and do more decreasing and make it the way I want it. Otherwise, I'm never going to wear it. And what's the point, right? So just put in the effort, frog it back, and I'll be happy. So that is WIP number 3. WIP number 4, I did show last week. I didn't bring it out here because I haven't touched it. That is the C2C waffle blanket that I also was doing a crochet along with Michelle from Little Acorn Handcrafts, and I haven't touched that for quite some time. Again, because it's a warm blanket and it's just warm to work on, but I'll get there. I promise I'll get there. I just want to get a couple of these other ones done, and then I'll get back to that one. This one, this is my last WIP, I promise. Which I'm sure there could be more. I pulled this one out the other day, and I was going to start working on it some more, just because it is fairly easy. This one is the Rigididge kid blanket, 6-day kid blanket, Rigididge pattern from Betty McKnit. And I pulled it out and found it was, again, another woe because, well, let me show you one side first. See how it's got these, hopefully that shows up on camera, and I'm probably covering up my mic, but you know, it's got this beautiful ridge here. Yeah, it does here, but guess what? It's on the other side for maybe a third of it. So somewhere along the line, I completely missed a row, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Do I just keep on keeping on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do I keep on keeping on and just make it the way it's going? I mean, you really can't. I mean, you can tell. There's no ridges from here to here, and then the ridges start. I mean, this is my intentions for this was just to be a donation blanket, but even a donation blanket, I'd like it to look nice. I do have enough yarn of these colors. I could make a second one. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate hearing what you think. Do I rip it apart? Or do I just keep going and make a second one? You tell me. So that is the last I believe, of my WIPs, which include 2 Woes, unfortunately. Wins for the week. I seamed up this hat that I made while I was on vacation. This is my very first attempt at making something and completing it with Tunisian crochet. So I made this hat. It's supposed to be a slouchy hat. I think down here I should have maybe went down a hook size because it seems pretty stretched out. But I'm gonna wash it and dry it and see how it turns out and go from there. But I'm pretty happy with the way that it did, you know. Like I said, my first attempt with Tunisian crochet, and both of these stitches are Tunisian. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, and I have so much scrap yarn that I could definitely make some more for donations. Winter is definitely coming. So there's that. Then the other things that I worked on last week, which don't ask me why I started working on different things when I have these WIPs to work on, but I was perusing Gilded Loops tutorial playlist, and I found a tutorial to make a pot holder out of the thermal stitch. And here's one. And of course, you all know I have cotton. So whip this one together, super easy, and it's very thick. If you can see that, it's very thick, and it seems like it's going to be very durable. So I made one in green, which, I mean, this is not like my favorite green color, but my kitchen cabinets are a green, like a green gray color. And then I have kind of pops of purple in there for like accent color. So I did make a purple one. I had some purple. And then because I had both the colors remaining, I just made a fun little striped one. Just worked up the different, different rows, and however I felt the need to, how wide I wanted to make each one. So I did those, and I'm really surprised that Libby's not barking right now because my neighbor just pulled up to their mailbox to grab their mail, and usually she likes to bark at them, but she's not today. So yeah. Okay, so then the next thing that I would like to go over with you guys is, I guess it's a win. It is a win, but it's also a woe. And the reason being it's a woe is because it's going to be my last unboxing for the month of August. I have nothing else coming, but I did get my Herschner's order. So I'm going to open that with all of you right now. So here is my Herschner's box. It's, decent size, nothing too huge, and you're just never gonna guess what is in here, besides a lot of extra paper that they like to put in their packaging. So they had some good bag deals. And the first bag deal that I got was some more Premier home cotton. And this is all of the, I gotta put my glasses on here. I believe this is all of the splash colors. Let me just make sure, or speckle. These are all the speckle colors. So we have, we have green speckle, red speckle, yellow speckle, and some multi ones in here. Which one is this? This one's really pretty. I'm gonna open this because it's just really pretty. Pardon my ripping. And actually, blueberry speckle. I thought this one's really pretty, the blue and the purple. So again, with the pot holder tutorial, yeah, I'm kind of, I mean, I made 3 in a matter of, I think, two nights. Not very long, but I want to make some more for some gifts for people, and as I said before, my son just moved into his apartment. So, and I had asked him like, hey, how are you doing on hot pads? And he's like, hot pads? I said, you know, pot holders, things you use to take hot stuff out of the oven. He's like, oh. He's like, well, I have 2, but one's pretty nasty. So I'll be making him some of those. And I did get a few more singular. I think these were really on clearance. These are the splashes. I got 2 of the violet splash. I thought that would be good for my kitchen. And then one of, I believe this is granite splash, which is black and white, which will also really go well in my kitchen because all of my hardware is black. So got those 3 balls of cotton. And then I gotta look. Did they give me do they have prices on here? They do. Let's see here. Perfect. So this was in another bag deal, and these were $9.95. And this is Sundance Montage yarn. And this is in the colorway Curacao? Curacao. So five skeins for $9.95. And these are, let's see. These are a medium 4 weight, 100% polyester. Can you see? Oh no, probably not. Libby's behind me. I don't know what. She's stalking something. She is stalking something in the field. There she is. And she really shouldn't even be that far with her collar on. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe the collar needs to be recharged. So her collar is actually, it's a GPS fence collar. So I set her fence to, depending on the time of year, she's got a fence that she can go along this ditch line and go all the way to the woods. And then as fall comes in and the deer start coming in more, then I have a different fence called the deer fence. So she can't go too far out into the field towards the woods because I don't want her to disrupt the deer. And then in spring, she's got another fence called the muddy field fence because the farm field gets very muddy and I don't need that tracked in my house. So totally off topic, but anywho, that's my little thing. So anywho, okay. So we've got a 4 medium, it's 100% polyester, 3.5 ounces, 202 yards. Looks like it, what does it ask for? 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. But I just thought these were fun colors. And you know, for the bag deals for $10, this would definitely make a really cute toddler blanket for donation. Or a big kid blanket. We'll see how far I get with it. So I got 2 packs of that. And then I bought, I live in Wisconsin. So they have their, Herschner's has their Worsted 8 MVP line. So can you guess which MVP type of yarn I bought? Packers. They actually had 2 different packs. They had one like this with the white, and then they had another one with these 2, but with just a plain gold. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of gold or yellow. anything. So I went with the white. So I got two packs of this. And that is actually, I'm going to be making a blanket for one of my neighbors for Christmas. Because he's very helpful when it comes to helping me out when I need anything done around here, and you know, like mechanical things. Yeah, he was just here on Sunday. I think I talked about that with my lawnmower, my riding lawnmower not cooperating with me. He did get it jimmy rigged for me, so very helpful. And he had seen one or two of the blankets that I made, and that was the first thing he said is, "Oh, I'd like a Pecker's blanket." So that is on my to-do before Christmas this year. So so let's see, I've showed you my WIPs. I went through some of my, I guess, my wins for the week, which, like I said, I'm over the moon about getting this many of these squares done. And again, they're really quick. They take me maybe 5 minutes total. And they're actually, you know, they're all coming out pretty well as far as the stitches. You know, on occasion, I'll maybe get something like this where you can see a little bit of, you know, the color come for up here coming into this row, like my very last stitch. But for the most part, they're coming along really well. So I'm very happy with those, and they are quick. And I am being very good about finishing one and then weaving the ends in right away and putting them in this bag so that I don't have to do them all at one time. I'm doing good with that. And then again, my pot holders, I'm really happy with those. I'm really happy with my Tunisian slouchy hat, which I'm gonna wash and dry this and see if the makeup, you know, if it comes in a little bit better. It could be the yarn too, or like I said, it could be the hook size that I chose. I don't know. I welcome any feedback in the comments if you have done Tunisian and what you suggest. I do think the next one, I will definitely for sure go down half a hook size just to see if that helps things in that regards. So WIPs, wins, woes were my cardigan that I'm going to end up frogging back quite a bit, and that Ridgy did, which I again am hoping that I'm going to get some feedback from you all to tell me what to do with that. Oh, I hate to rip that all apart, but you know, I don't want to give a wonky looking blanket. But then again, are people, you know, I don't know. Are people going to notice it? I don't know. I would, but that's me. So this upcoming week, it is Thursday today. Not sure if I'm going to get this posted on Thursday or tomorrow. I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow on Friday. But the upcoming week, I will be definitely working on my Ripple blanket. I'd like to get that done. So hopefully that'll be a win for me for next week. And then also my Caribbean Sea sweater. That is something I also really want to focus on. You know, the problem is it's been so nice out the last couple weeks that I don't want to be inside as much crocheting. I mean, I guess I can bring it outside here too. I mean, why not, right? It's just me and Libby. So, I think we'll do that tonight. I think we will pop a squat over on the love seat over there, and I will work on one of these tonight. But that's just kind of where I'm at. I mean, the pot holders, that would be a great project for being outside because they are small. But yeah, so that is what I have for this week's episode of WIPs, Wins, and Woes. And again, for all of you that have subscribed, thank you so much. I can't even express my gratitude because I don't know. When I first hit the record button, I was like, is this gonna go anywhere? I don't know. But I thought, you know, what the heck? I'm just gonna keep it up and see what happens. And, you know, I'm over 70 subscribers as of this morning. I think I was at 75, 76. And it, like I said, in yesterday's video, it's been a lot of fun. It's been fun getting to know some of you, you know, a little bit, I guess, in the comments and whatnot. And I'm just glad I can share my love for crochet with others besides, you know, just one of my friends and my daughter. I don't know. It's just, it makes me happy. That's all. So, with that, I'm gonna get off of here and put all of this stuff back in the house, and then I think Libby and I will grab one of the projects and come back out and just enjoy the evening, at least until the mosquitoes come out, because that's inevitable. That as soon as it starts getting dark, the mosquitoes come out, and that's horrid. So you all have a great rest of your day, whether you are watching in the morning, in the evening, wherever you are, whatever time of day it is. Have a good rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.